Or you followed. Good. These are the GRAYSON files. Tell no one. Well. What a particular situation we find ourselves in. By the time people wake up, the next time people wake up, it will be time to swear in a new Congress. A new Congress. This of course means the Senate will still be in Republican control, and I think they lost a couple seats, and so that's bad. And the Democrats will be taking the House. They gained quite a bit of seats. To be honest, it's not even. I mean, actually, no, it's not really even at all because how many House seats are there? I think there's like 500, and you need like 250 for the majority, and I think now we have like 300 or 90 for Democrats. And I mean, from the Republicans, we're not really hearing much at all. I think even until the very last moment, Trump has been set in his ways, still trying to bolster his base. I mean, for him, it's all about that. It's just he feels they're ready to take on 2020. I feel. It's kind of crazy because I mean, Trump has basically found a way to get like people who really don't get like government. They just think it's all black and white, and he pretty much figured out how to get those people on his side. Like, for example, the issue of race. I mean, some people just believe that it's easier just to divide everyone up and screw the kumbaya and just everyone happy where they are, and that's it. And there's some people of color that feel the same way, like some minorities that feel the same way, and I feel like Trump has reached those people. And I think it's going to be up to Congress to sort of reach out to them, to white collar or blue collar workers and young people. To be honest, I really don't feel much like talking tonight. Gosh, it just feels like it's been so much that we've gone through. I honestly just want to jump in my bed, wake up, turn on the TV, and just wait for it. And I'm glad to hear that. I mean, I feel like I'm in good hands. I think this new Congress will get the job done, and I'm not talking about the Senate because um the thing with the new Senate is I don't know. Um there was a lot of instances of cheating in the midterms, and we really only had proof or caught them the one time in North Carolina, and like it's still not resolved. Like people are wondering if there should be a new election. And it just feels like we were cheated, to be honest. Like maybe the Senate was supposed to go the Dems way too, and it didn't. So it's kind of like it's so weird. It's so weird because the energy was just it was going that way, and it didn't show up like that in the elections. So in the midterms, I mean, one thing is not winning the House and then not winning the Senate and like people cheating or whatever, but like you have to understand that like the House was taken away from the Republicans, which means they had to win like a bunch of districts. I don't know. But I guess you gotta take what you can get. To be honest, so I guess tomorrow, the oversight committee begins, which is like the committee that looks over the government. And man, they really shouldn't have angered the Democrats like that. So I mean, tomorrow we're just expect a slew of announcements. We're probably gonna hear about new investigations tomorrow, and if To be honest, if I was Devin Nunes, I would think about resigning maybe. Because they are gonna bite his head off. And I hope I am there to see it. Devin Nunes. Devin Nunes. I cannot believe that guy won. Like, if that guy won, man, people in that part of California really don't give a crap. They really don't give a crap. Or, I don't know. It's just like. Thing is, Devin Nunes seems to me like the kind of guy that says he rides a tractor, but on the weekends he's like flying to Vegas and going to nice restaurants and all that, acting all fancy. And I don't think there's that many people in Fresno or wherever he's from. I don't think there's that many of that kind of people. So I don't know how a guy like that gets elected. And it's just weird because if it's all farmers over there, I mean, are they really not caring about what Trump does? But then again, I don't think those people understand that what it takes to like get their farming industry back. I mean, basically, the food industry is holding them hostage pretty much. And like that's I just think we need to stop charging. You know, one thing is charging $1 for a burger. Another thing is if farmers are growing their own livestock and not someone else's, and paying rent basically on animals. And if we charge $1, then that's another thing. But I mean, this way, it's just not only are we messing up the environment, but we've basically taken the industry from the farmers and just letting a bunch of corporations take advantage of them. And the Republicans, because they're the ones that set the pace and the laws. Who knows? But just I'm just looking forward to having the opportunity, just the opportunity. Because you know what? Say whatever you want about the Democrats, at least they listen, you know? I mean, sometimes it takes longer to kind of pound it into their head, but I think some of them have listened and sort of changed a bit. I think they're starting to get it that I mean, this is what the Republican Party has become, and we need to resist that by taking on um new ways of thinking or whatever. And it's just we can't be like them because not everything is cut and dry. Not everything is cut and dry. And you can't just keep out a bunch of so-called rapists and criminals and drug dealers with a wall. You need you need to change policy first. Oops. All right. Go ahead and go ahead and take a look at. Okay, so there was a meeting today, and in this meeting, Trump was saying how he was talking about the invasion of Afghanistan by the Soviets. First of all, what business does he have commenting on that? Second, why would he comment on that? And third, why can't anyone show him or tell him how to comment on that? Of course, he said everything wrong. He told nothing but lies, and he said it right after this mess, this thing with Russia. He says he essentially fired Mattis. I mean, this is basically reshaping his messaging for Putin. I mean, it's so blatantly obvious now. It's not even funny anymore. This man is a huge tool. I mean, who is writing what he says? Because that person clearly is in on the joke. Man, it's funny how people keep bringing up like all the times Trump dodged the draft, yet like everyone on the alt-right side seems to be convinced he's some kind of war hero or something. Or super brave, I don't know. This is just like there's no reasoning with them, there's no convincing them. I mean, their sole purpose seems to be to troll the other side. Their whole focus is this, their main issue is this PC thing. I mean, that's all they care about. PC. But then when progressives, start using crazy language, then they get so upset. When we say, when we think about insulting a soldier or something, oh no, you can't. To be honest, I don't know. It's just not fair to. It's not fair to everyone that people behave that way. Russia used to be the Soviet Union. Afghanistan made it Russia. Because they went bankrupt fighting in Afghanistan, Russia. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Afghanistan thing was before. Yeah, the wall came down and then they broke up like a little bit after that. Trump then goes on to endorse the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, Russia used to be so. So here he's saying Afghanistan broke up the Soviet Union into Russia, and that Russia went broke fighting in Afghanistan. And then he goes on to endorse the Soviet or Russian invasion of Afghanistan. That doesn't make any sense. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, okay, let's go to real Donald Trump, because real Donald Trump has a real problem tomorrow or today. I mean, he thinks he's gonna get away with keeping the government shut, and that just is not the case. Look, here's here's why the Republicans badly need to dump Trump or figure out a way to bring his followers over to their side. You know what? They can keep Trump as their leader, but it's just like you just have to control the messaging and get them to go for real issues, not this empty rhetoric. Because look, basically for 2 years, Trump messed up, and the Republicans followed along, and there was backlash, heavy backlash. And now, I mean, with the House gone and in Democratic hands, I mean, they are dead set, okay? They are dead set. They are not gonna do anything else but go and open the government back up. Like, there's no two ways about it. That's what they're gonna do. All right, they're gonna go ahead and plant that big old blue flag tomorrow. They're gonna do it. And Trump, what's he gonna do? I mean, the only way the government is not opened up again is if the Senate turns down the vote, or he vetoes the thing. And you know what? If he does that, you can kiss the Senate bye bye in 2 years. And this time, it's not going to be gaining or losing a seat. No, 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 no. You can kiss that thing goodbye. It's going so long, sayonara. It is long gone, because the backlash to keeping the government open after the House votes for it, and maybe the Senate turns it down. Maybe there's gonna be some backlash. Well, no, no, no. If they do that, there's gonna be hell to pay, and the Senate will definitely go to the Democrats. But if Trump vetoes the thing, and that's like the only way he can keep the government shut, because now it seems to me that that's his plan, is to keep the government shut, while the Republicans will be screwed. And not only will they lose the Senate and the presidency and plenty of seats in the Senate, they are gonna lose the House. Those voters in Fresno, that voted for Devin Nunes, I guarantee they will not vote for Devin Nunes again ever. They won't even vote for a Republican, like, because they will be people like that. See, the thing is, they will keep voting that way because there's a huge base and people supporting the thing, and they'll just keep doing it because they can just go over with their friends or whatever. But once people are like mad and people are getting made fun of, and like the SNL thing gets like picks up more steam, those people will not vote for Devin Nunes because they care too much about what others think about them. And 2020 will be an absolute bloodbath. It will. And I mean, who do they even have to run for president? Like, Trump has not allowed for any rising stars in the Republican Party. He has not allowed for that. He's been hogging all the spotlight, stealing everyone's thunder. If someone does something bad, he completely turns his base against them, and that's the thing. His base is so finicky that there's no maybe or gray area. It's all black and white. Yes or no. Build the wall or don't build the wall. No, build the wall or don't vote for them. I mean, that's basically what they're doing now. And that's not how politics work. That is not how politics work. If you're getting everything you want, like every single little thing, then it's probably not being done right. And there's the tweet about the Senate Democrats. Okay, that was yesterday. So this was yesterday. I think we should ignore it because let's get to the stuff that was today. Okay, so this was in the morning. Here we go with Mitt Romney. Oh, and he's talking about those two articles. I actually didn't read them because I don't know, they're kind of a waste of time in my opinion. Because Jeff Flake, he's a good guy, and he speaks out, but he just doesn't vote. He doesn't vote like he talks. He doesn't vote where his mouth goes. And Mitt Romney, I mean, we'll see how he votes. It's just that I don't know. I honestly don't even know him as a senator, how he would do. He's only been a governor, I think. And maybe a congressman, but I don't know. Mitt Romney, it just seems like his heart is in the right place, but he's just as clueless as the rest of the people. But, speaking out is good. So let's move on. Mexico is paying for the wall through the new USMCA trade deal. I mean, I don't know what this USMCA trade deal is, and you know what? I'll be the first to admit that most of the trade deals done by our government are not fair or done in the best interest of Americans. That's just the way it is because the Republicans always let a bunch of lobbyists get in the chicken coop and Yeah, and the Democrats always just need to agree to something to keep the voters happy, because they've always been on this like teetering sort of delicate balance between getting voters and not getting voters. We have done a lot of work. Much of the wall has already been fully renovated or built. We have done a lot of work. $5.6 billion that House has approved is very little in comparison to the benefits of national security. Quick payback. Okay. Important meeting today on border security with Republican and Democrat leaders in Congress. Both parties must work together to pass a funding bill that protects this nation and its people. This is the first and most important duty of government. I remain ready and willing to work with Democrats to pass a bill that secures our borders, supports the agents and officers on the ground, and keeps America safe. Let's get it done. Sadly, there can be no real border security without the wall. Okay, so I mean, basically, it just seems like no one is talking to each other anymore, which means the Republicans are off doing God knows what. Because look, tomorrow the thing is gonna go down. I mean, there's just no stopping it. The House Democrats are gonna go racing to their battle stations, and they are gonna get the job done. You can count on that. And basically, tomorrow there needs to be a decision. Will people hold out for this border wall or on the government? And basically, what Donald Trump is saying here is that he's gonna actually hold out and rely on his base to sort of just make a ruckus and scare the Democrats. No, scare the Republicans into supporting the thing, and just hope the Democrats blink and that this thing goes to another round, is basically what he's saying here. I I just oh, I mean, how upset are people right now? I wonder. Let's see, I have a bunch here. Okay, let's Trump. I wonder if it's still the Trump Christmas shutdown. No, it's probably a Trump check hashtag. Oh wow, now there's a Schumer Pelosi shutdown. See, the thing is, alt-right people need all the help they can get because I mean every single tweet counts because basically their whole plan is to kind of scare people to thinking that everyone wants this. It's just, a bunch of people, a few of them making a lot of noise. But I mean, the people at the top of the alt-right movement, those guys are pretty closely knit or tight knit group of people. And I mean, there's really no shaking them. They have their message, and there's really no way of stopping them or slowing them down. Because they basically figured out a way. They figured out how not to get in trouble anymore. Don't do all white nationalist rallies. Don't get all crazy on social media. Like, don't insult people, and that's all they need. This guy right here, Trumpkin, man. And it's just kind of crazy because like some people just like the only reason they're doing this is because they feel disparaged because of PC culture and what else? What's that thing called? When they accept minorities into I don't remember. When they accept minorities into colleges over other people. Yeah, and also like just like how how like basically our culture is making fun of their supposed race now, which is I don't know, it's kind of embarrassing because all that stuff is like a direct reaction to our history as a country, basically. And all those people, they're not doing it on purpose. It's just they've had to do that to survive. Before that, they weren't getting into colleges. You have to look at it that way. And here we have Trumpkin, whatever his name is, all upset because he can't get his way, and I don't know, man. Look at this. I mean, this guy dodged the draft 5 times, and not because he was scared, or I mean, not because he was injured or anything. No, his dad basically got it for him. Yet, these people here, they're making him look like. I mean, this is propaganda. There's not too much of it. I mean, Trump shut down, Schumer shut down. There's more there's way more tweets on the Trump shutdown, which makes perfect sense because Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, and the House was lost. I mean, I think Trump really needs to think hard about that and let that sit in. Like, how's he gonna win? How's he gonna win again in 2020? It's just impossible because the same plan won't work again. Just won't. hear the people sort of just using the bipartisan hashtag, so to speak. We should not have to pay taxes until the government forgets you, IRS. I mean, to, honestly, that should probably be a law. And it's what's fair. If the if they can't pass anything, I don't know. There probably should be a lot less taxes. Or maybe if the thing lasts longer than it should. I don't know. I think people are mostly just kind of wondering what's gonna happen. And I mean, let's try to do our best. Let's try to do our best to find out exactly what is gonna happen. So as I mentioned before, the only way the government doesn't get funded tomorrow, because as we've all seen, these things can go by fast when people actually care. The only way is if the Senate blocks the bill, or if Trump vetoes the bill. I don't know if Trump will veto the thing. Because I think, look, if he's being if he's acting the way he's acting right now, he's probably either assuming the Democrats will fall in line tomorrow, or he already has their support. And if and I'm assuming he doesn't know yet. He's assuming they'll fall in line. And if the Republicans vote for this thing in defiance tomorrow in the Senate, then I don't think Trump will veto it, actually, because that will probably scare him straight. I mean, that's how you deal with like a spoiled brat. You basically tell them no and you show them that you won't do whatever they want. But let's see what Leader McConnell is saying. And he still will be the leader tomorrow, come tomorrow. 5 hours ago, Democrats will have to get serious about border security so that a government funding agreement pass the House, earn 60 votes in the Senate, and receive a presidential signature. So he's already talking about, I mean, why is he talking about 60 votes? So, I mean, it sounds to me like at least Mitch McConnell is basically on the president's side. And here's the thing, the House has to vote on this tomorrow. The reason Senate Republicans are probably not saying a damn word in the media right now is because if that bill goes through immediately and people start dancing and cheering in the streets and there's a crazy party or something, that's gonna scare the Republican senators, and they are not gonna hesitate. They're gonna vote for the thing immediately, like not even give it a second thought. And they're gonna completely ignore Mitch McConnell. They don't care. And the thing could get 60 votes, but not Mitch McConnell's way. It sounds to me like Mitch McConnell is completely 100% on Trump's side. The Senate has reached an agreement to confirm more of the administration's well-qualified nominees. I'm glad these newly confirmed nominees will be able to get back to work on important business for the American people. I mean, here, Mitch McConnell is trying to sound sort of impartial or whatever. Trying to send a sort of bipartisan message. But nobody cares about the confirmation nominees. I mean, it's really not the time to be talking about that when the government shut down. You really, because I mean, the nominees don't have to get confirmed tomorrow. And these nominees, these are all Trump's nominees. So like, I guess that's what was promised. Because basically, I mean, Mitch McConnell is looking for the president's support, and he basically needs it because he needs that base. And so I guess that's what he's. I guess that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna push the wall in exchange, or I mean, he's gonna go with this wall message, and maybe he gets some nominees in. Who knows? But man, I mean, the only because I know Lindsey Graham's in the media, and maybe like, and Jeff Flake, and uh Senator-elect Mitt Romney, but it's just that the people that matter the most, the people that actually matter, are Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, for now, for tonight. What's his face? Scalia, the guy that's the head of the. I think that McCarthy guy. I think he's a majority whip or something like that. That guy, and what's his face? Meadows, because he's the head of basically the alt right. But I mean, Lindsey Graham can say all he wants in public, but what matters is what Mitch McConnell says, and he ain't saying much. I mean, he's basically not even trying to resist or put up much of a fight. Let's not end this year, and it just, the hypocrisy is kind of astonishing, because right now he's saying, let's not end this year the way it began, another shutdown over the issue of illegal immigration, because the Democrats are unwilling to support common sense measures. I am proud to vote for the additional border security that the House added to government funding legislation. But I mean, a couple weeks ago, he was basically ready to sign this spending bill, and the wall had nothing. The wall had absolutely nothing to do with this spending bill. But all of a sudden, Trump decided that he wanted to shut the government down. That's the only explanation. I mean, did Putin put him up to this? Putin asked him, hey, I need the government shut down, and the way to do it is through this bill. I mean, who knows? Let's see what Pelosi is saying. Joint statement from leaders Pelosi and Schumer on Democrats' action to end the Trump shutdown. Washington, D.C. Speaker-designate Nancy Pelosi, Democrat California, and Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat New York, released the following statement on Democrats' legislation to end the Trump shutdown, consisting of 6 full-year appropriations bills, which passed the Senate on the floor or in committee with strong bipartisan support, and separately a CR until February 8 for Homeland Security, the same timing that passed the full Senate unanimously. While President Trump drags the nation into week 2 of the Trump shutdown and sits in the White House and tweets, without offering any plan that can pass both chambers of Congress, Democrats are taking action to lead our country out of this mess. This legislation reopens government service, ensures workers get the paychecks they've earned, and restores certainty to the lives of the American people. The president is using the government shutdown to try to enforce an expensive and ineffective wall upon the American people. The Democrats have offered 2 bills which separate the arguments over the wall from the government shutdown. The first bill would reopen all government agencies except for the Department of Homeland Security not taking a position on the president's wall. It would simply continue the funding levels and language that both parties have already supported. The second bill would extend the Department of Homeland Security's funding through February 8th, which Republicans already supported in recent weeks. If Leader McConnell and Senate Republicans refuse to support the first bill, then they are complicit with President Trump in continuing the Trump shutdown and in holding the health and safety of the American people and workers' paychecks hostage over the wall. It would be the height of irresponsibility and political cynicism for Senate Republicans to now reject the same legislation they have already supported. Once the Senate passes this legislation and puts us on a path to reopening the government, the president must come to his senses and immediately sign it into law.